Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Yesterday, I was reminded of something extremely important when it comes to self-defense. And yeah, it bothers me that I didn't cover this a lot earlier on my channel. So let's talk about the title. Social convention is nothing but hot air, or, if you will, societal convention. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, let me give you guys an example. Maybe you're a parent, you're at a PTA meeting, and you meet another parent who's walking around and he's in a good mood. And yes, usually it is a guy. He's in a good mood. He's joking around with everyone. But you notice something after a while. He's not really joking around with everyone in a harmless, playful manner. Oh no, he's walking up to people and saying the meanest, nastiest, most horribly insulting things ever. Yep. And he's mostly laughing at everyone by himself. No one's laughing with him. It's just him. It's just him going around parent to parent or up to a teacher, making fun of their looks, making fun of a lot of things, just being a vile, disgusting excuse for a human being. But because he's doing it with a fucking smile on his face in a joking haha manner, it seems as though he's getting away with it. Well, he's not. Everyone he insults probably wants to grab him by the throat, beat the shit out of him. But they don't because, well, they're parents. It's a parent-teacher association conference or meeting. Everyone's there. Everyone's being civilized. Everyone's being reasonable. You got this one parent being an absolute mean-spirited jackass who thinks he's getting away with it because he's saying things in a ha-ha, funny, joking manner. And he knows full well that if any of his victims get angry and upset, that they're the one who's going to look like the humorless asshole instead of the one going around insulting everyone. Well, that's an example of social convention. In a setting like that, you don't physically lash out. You don't do anything. You just pretend the guy is funny and try to ignore him until the conference or meeting is over. Societal convention is what's preventing this guy from getting the beating he deserves. Now, just to be clear, these types of geniuses, these types of comedians, they genuinely believe, absolutely genuinely believe, that as long as they themselves don't turn a personal encounter physical, then the other person won't resort to turning it physical either, which is an absolutely stupid fucking belief that a surprising number of people have. Seriously, it amazes me how many adults into middle age genuinely believe that idiotic concept. They think they can walk up to anyone, whether it's a stranger, whether it's someone they actually have some sort of personal relationship with, and they genuinely believe that they can spew the most vile, disgusting crap from their mouths. And again, as long as they don't turn that sort of confrontation, and that's really what it is, they believe that as long as they themselves don't make the confrontation physical, the other person won't either. Societal convention. Well, societal convention is nothing but hot air. Let me give you guys a visual example. I got 2 pens right here. And let's pretend that these are people. And let's pretend that one of these is a fucking moron who thinks they can say whatever the hell they want to whomever they want to. And the other pen is either a stranger, an acquaintance, a coworker, a fellow parent, whatever. Take your pick. So one person thinks they can say whatever the fuck they want to the other one. And in their mind, they're thinking, well, I'm not going to turn this encounter physical, so I don't have to worry. Well, take a good look at these 2 people represented by these 2 pens, and they're facing each other. What sort of physical barrier is in between them? Yeah, none. What's actually in between these 2 people? Hot air. That's what I mean by societal convention, is hot air. All these things that society tells you you're supposed to do, if a person starts brutally insulting you, societal convention does not physically exist. It's just hot air. There's no barrier between these 2 people. And when you don't have a physical barrier, there is nothing stopping one person from physically lashing out at another one, because the other one walked up to them, started running their mouth in a ha-ha, joking manner. Hey, your mother's a whore. I've got pictures. Would you like to see them? And meanwhile, the other one, well, he just visited his mother in the nursing home, and it's clear she's being abused. So, do you fucking think he's going to be in the damn mood for that sort of mean-spirited joking? No. And there is literally, physically nothing preventing him from lashing out at the other person, as you can see by this example with the 2 pens. Literally nothing in between them but hot air. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, there's the police. Okay, fair enough. If someone is insulting one person and the other one physically lashes out, puts the individual in the hospital or beats them up, yeah, the person who got physical, he's going to get arrested. He's going to go to jail. There's no reset button, though. Let me give you guys another example. Co-workers in a garage. You got that one really obnoxious joker coworker, again, thinks he can say whatever the hell he wants to whomever he wants to. And yeah, one day he mouths off, in a joking manner, of course, haha, mouths off to the wrong coworker in the garage. All of a sudden, he gets a tire iron to the face. Numerous blows with the tire iron. Eventually, other co-workers will drag him off. Management is going to be forced to call the police. The police will show up. They're not going to show up instantly. Oh no, it takes a few minutes at least for the police to show up. And someone who's not in the damn mood for mean-spirited jokes, oh yeah, he's going to do a lot of damage, for example, with that tire iron before the police show up. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even the police. The guy's co-workers had to drag him away. Yeah, so the problem with the police is they're not going to be there when one individual decides, yeah, I've had enough with this guy's bullshit. Again, social convention is nothing but hot air. And when the police do arrive, yeah, they'll arrest the guy who got physical. But again, hey, there's no reset button. The police can't pull out a magical button, press it, and all of a sudden, the guy who got his face caved in goes back to looking handsome, pretty, like a GQ model. Yeah. You get to strut down that little catwalk again. Yeah. Do a little turn. Looking handsome again. Fuck no. Fuck no. That doesn't happen. The person who got his face caved in, even after the police show up, well, he's going to get an ambulance ride to the hospital. And he's never going to look pretty ever again. That's how it is. Yeah. Oh, there's the police. Yeah, the police show up after the fact. The police can't reset or turn back time. Yeah, oh, sorry, sir. Apparently the individual who lashed out at you did some severe damage to your orbital lobe. Yes, I'm afraid you're not going to be able to see out of that one eye for the rest of your life. Sorry. That's reality. I mean, you have these geniuses who think they can say whatever the fuck they want to anybody, and it could be the nastiest shit you've ever heard. And again, they genuinely believe that as long as they themselves don't make the encounter physical, the other person won't either. And then, when they get punched, stabbed, shot, or beaten within an inch of their miserable fucking lives, they're genuinely surprised. Guys, you'd be amazed how many times I have seen this happen in real life. The look on their faces, they are genuinely surprised that the other individual wasn't going to tolerate all the vile crap that they were spewing out of their mouth. They're genuinely surprised that the other individual made the encounter physical. Now, again, this is a life lesson that many individuals learn early on. But I've noticed there's a lot of people who have lived to middle age who don't get that basic fact of human psychology. No, you can't say whatever vile crap you want to anyone and they'll just stand there and take it. Because the reason why they stand there and taking it is due to social convention, which, as I've already mentioned numerous times, is nothing but hot air. It doesn't physically exist. It's not a physical barrier that prevents someone from lashing out at you. I mean, yeah, if you're in your house and you're spewing verbal crap at someone outside your solid core front door, okay, fair enough. That's a physical barrier. Yeah. Front doors are not hot air. They actually exist as a physical thing. Societal convention doesn't. And another variation, in Muslim countries, women are taught early on that you can't just say whatever you want to whomever you want to, not even your husband, or if you're young, the man that your parents have allowed you to date. I'll never forget, young woman, different culture, American culture, started going out with a Muslim guy, started hanging out with his friends in a more or less Muslim section of town. And one day he cheated on her. She found out, so she went to confront him. And she got one hell of a culture shock. Keep in mind, she's not Muslim, just some white girl born and raised in America, went to confront this young man who had been raised in a traditional Muslim household. And, well, a Muslim young woman would have known better. This young woman went and confronted her Muslim boyfriend at an outdoor cafe when he was sitting around with his friends, and she started going off on him, saying all sorts of vile crap, making fun of his manhood. Now, an American white guy probably would have started verbally arguing back at her. That's not what a young Muslim man does. He stood up, and as hard as he could, he just smacked her right across the face, knocked her down to the ground, told her to get up and leave if she knew what was good for her. And she was shocked. She was absolutely shocked as hell and speechless, because that's what happens in Muslim culture. If you're a young woman, you don't talk to a young Muslim man like that. Doesn't matter if he's your boyfriend. Doesn't matter if he cheated on you. You just don't do that in public in front of his friends. Because if he lets you get away with that, now he looks weak and pathetic. So in order to not look weak and pathetic, he's going to physically lash out. And in Muslim culture, put the young woman in her place. That's how it is. Now, that's a variation of what I'm talking about. But like I said, young Muslim women learn early on that mouthing off to someone, even in a joking manner or in an angry manner, your words have physical consequences. They do. And sure, maybe that coworker ends up in jail for a number of years. Maybe he has a hard time when he gets out of jail finding work, all because he lashed out at some piece of shit coworker, everything's ha-ha funny until you get a few blows to the face with a tire iron. And then everything's not so funny anymore, is it? And whatever consequences that the guy who was swinging that tire iron ends up facing, it's not going to reverse time. It's not going to change the fact that the individual who was mouthing off in a ha-ha joking manner, not going to change the fact that that individual now has a face that looks like Frankenstein's monster, stitched together, barely held together, maybe missing an eye. That's just the reality. Words have consequences, physical consequences. That's how it is. And what I'm seeing is you got a lot more people, especially in America, who apparently never learned that basic fact of life. Honestly, this is why in real life I don't talk to strangers unless I'm asking them a very polite question, or, it's a neighbor, a coworker, hey, good morning. Oh, good morning. And that's it. Because real life conversations can lead to real life consequences. And there are people who don't stop to think about the police, or, oh no, my life will be ruined if I physically lash out at this asshole. And you know what? There are some people who don't care. They don't care if they go back to jail. Keep that in mind. Stay safe out there, fellas. I'll see you soon.